So I heard about this quiz. Somebody linked me to it. Zionist or Nazi? Can you guess who said it? This quiz explores similarities between Nazi Germany and Israel, both in writing and deeds. The basis for this comparison can be found in both projects' settler colonial nature, in Germany's case, with its occupation of Eastern Europe, General Plan Ost, and in Israel's case, with its occupation of Palestine, Syria, Lebanon, and more, Greater Israel. A common process of ethnic cleansing is apparent. This similarity is not accidental. Early Zionist planners like Arthur Ruppin were directly inspired by Germany's occupation of Posen. The quotes are taken from leading politicians, media personalities, etc. from both sides and throughout their respective histories. This should be interesting. I'm not a huge history buff. 22 questions. Okay, that's not too bad. Who said this? It is impossible for a man to become assimilated with people whose blood is different from his own. Ooh. That's got to be a Nazi, right? I think I was right. Who said this? A Jew brought up among Germans, many assume... No, I was wrong. Oh my God. It was a Zionist. That's crazy. A Jew brought up among Germans may assume German custom, German words. He may be wholly imbued with that German fluid, but the nucleus of his spiritual structure will always remain Jewish because his blood, his body, his physical racial type are Jewish. It is impossible for a man to become assimilated with people whose blood is different from his own. That's insane. From Zev Jabotinsky, revisionist Zionist leader who co-founded the Jewish Legion of the... Oh my God. That's crazy. Wow, no wonder people compare the two. From that one question alone, I can tell this is going to be an impossibly large task. All the group will be able to do, so either Zionists or Nazis, will be able to do about it will be to scurry around like drugged roaches in a bottle. Oh, no, not Zionists or Nazis. The group that they're... So if it's the Nazis, this would be the Jews. If it's the Zionists, it would be the Palestinians. All the Palestinians will be able to do will be to scurry about like drugged... Okay, I'm going to say Zionist for this one. I was right. When we have settled the land, all the Arabs will be able to do about it will be to scurry around like drugged roaches in a bottle. That's crazy. I'm not going to read through all this. You're more than welcome to pause and read it. I'm not learning today. Aww. Who said this? One of the soldiers... The 16-year-old girl, laughing. They gathered them in something like a cage and put iron wires around them. They gathered all the men, sat them on the ground, and one of the soldiers got the submachine gun and shot them. There were soldiers who took flamethrowers and ran after the villagers and burned them. Okay, so he was laughing about this. If this one's not Nazi, I'll be very surprised. Wow! Are they all Zionists? There's no shot. That's crazy. From a testimony about the 1948 Nakba made by Zionist soldier Yosef Diamant in an interview with the Israeli channel Hot 8. That's insane. We ran after villagers and burned them. There's a YouTube link. I'm not going to watch it. Who said this? The group have deserved the catastrophe that has now overtaken them. Their destruction will now go hand in hand with the destruction of our enemies. We must hasten this process with cold ruthlessness. Honestly, that strikes me more as Zionist because I think like the Nazis, the Nazis were not as honest. Oh, I was wrong on that one. That was a Nazi. It's hard. This is hard. It sounds exactly like something a Zionist would say. All right, let's go faster. We, on our part, are ready to put all these criminals at the disposal of these countries. For all I care, even on luxury ships. Zionist. Wrong again. The Nazi. National Speakers Group will make the ancient soil fertile. That soil was unproductive for others, but for us it was a good soil because we fertilized it with our love. That's disgusting. Zionist. All right, I was right. No, that absolutely rings as Zionist to me. It could be either. They all could be either. There is one and only one solution, which is to completely destroy members of the group. That's gotta be Nazi. Wow, I was wrong. Oh, man, this is hard. I'm like, it's literally 50-50, and I'm rolling nat ones. These people must be destroyed. They are no longer human beings. They're animals. Zionist. Nope, Nazi. Wow. I'm really bad at this. It's hard, though. Even 1 million members of group are not worth a fingernail of speakers group. Zionist. Okay, got it right. Something like a cage has to be built for them. I know that sounds terrible. It is really cruel, but there is no choice. There is a wild animal there that has to be locked up in one way or another. Zionist. Yep. This is the war between the sons of light and the sons of darkness. We will not let up on our mission until the light overcomes the darkness. The good will defeat the extreme evil that threatens us in the entire world. I'm gonna go with Nazi. That sounds very Nazi-esque. Wrong again. Goddamn. Region never progressed beyond a certain primitiveness. That immediately rings Nazi to me, but I know I'm going to be wrong. It has never known anything but chaos because it lacked mankind, the valuable bearer of culture, the genius who systematically planned peaceful reconstruction, who ordered the well-designed exploitation of the immense treasures and the fertility of the soil. This country has only known the powers of unrestricted despoiling and brutal armament for war. It's got to be Nazi. Okay, I got it. Okay, that one sounded very Nazi to me. There will be no mercy. We had the moral right. We had the duty towards our people to destroy the people that wanted to destroy us. Zionist. Wrong again. That sounded very Zionist. On the evacuation and extermination of the Jewish people. Wow. Something to think about.
Zionism deserves to be in the day SM6.
I understand the joke. I hear you. But just to shit on it for a second and not treat it like the joke that it is, to do that would be taking away the agency of these disgusting freaks. Thank you nonetheless for the 2 tier 1 gifted subs. Appreciate you always. The weak crumble and are slaughtered and are erased from history, while the strong, for good or for ill, survive. The strong are respected and alliances are made with... This seems so obviously like a Nazi that I know that it's not a Nazi, but I'm going to say Nazi because I think it's Nazi. I was wrong. Netanyahu posted this on Twitter while threatening to use nuclear weapons to wipe out the country's enemies. What the... Like, I didn't even know that it was this overt. That's crazy. We're going to look back on this in like 50 years from now, and all the liberals will be like, oh yeah, I totally think that like Zionism is bad, and like the state of Israel was like really f***ed up. And we're going to be like, yeah, man, this you? And we'll hold up our iPhone 22s that have not changed one iota since today, except for like maybe the shape. It'll depend on which cycle they're on, if they have the square edges or the round edges. That's how they keep it looking new. They keep changing with the shape of the edges and corners. Who said this? Be triumphant and finish them off, and don't leave anyone behind. Erase the memory of them. Erase them, their families, mothers, and children. These animals can no longer live. If you have a member of group neighbor, don't wait. Go to his home and shoot him. I gotta say Nazi. Yeah, and camera mounts. It'll have 50 cameras by then. The entire back of the phone will just be cameras. Wrong again. Ezra Yakin was brought in official IDF vehicles to give a pep talk to Israeli soldiers before Israel's 2023 ground invasion of Gaza. Like, I can almost see, like, if you're a Zionist from, like, the 1940s, you know, like, it's not okay when you do, like, because that they did that. Like, it's still no matter what time period it is. But I feel like when it's from the 1940s, or, like, there was one that was even from, like, the 1900s. Since it's so separated from today, I can believe it that somebody would say that. But like, this is from 2 years ago. That's crazy. I'm referring here to the evacuation of the group, the extermination of the group people. This is one of the things that is easily said, but then they all come along and each one has his one decent member of group. Oh, the good one. It still sounds like Nazi. It's gonna be wrong. It's gonna be wrong. Okay, it was right. I was right. It was a Nazi that time. But I've gotten it wrong so many times by saying it's Nazi that at this point I'm just like, I'm going to be wrong every time I answer Nazi. Nothing surprises me anymore. I do not admit that a wrong has been done to these people by the fact that a stronger race, a higher grade race, a more worldly wise race, to put it that way, has come in and taken their place. I mean, at first I thought Nazi, but come in and taken their place. That's got to be Zionist. Yep, Zionist. Because for Germany, it wasn't so much about coming in and taking their place. It was about driving people out. So if they're coming in to take their place, that sounds, and instead of like, you know, protecting quote unquote what you have that the Nazis said that they were doing, if they're openly talking about like, I feel like Nazi rhetoric isn't so much about invasion, even though they did invade Poland, which was bad, but their rhetoric wasn't really surrounding that. Zionists do. That's one difference I've noticed. We shall exterminate the group. The group will not get away with their responsibility for date. This day, well, that's got to be Zionist. That was Adolf Hitler. I thought it was referring to October 7th. That's insane. That's crazy. Oh my God. Literally. Oh my God. I have nothing more to add. We'll get through these last 4. The group wanted war, and now they have it. There is only one effective measure. Cut them out. Cutting them out would be Nazi. Yep. See? That's a reliable tool. Cutting them out as opposed to, like, invading them. That's the main difference that I've noticed. Every baby, even 80 years from now, will tell their grandchildren what the Jews did. I feel like this is a trick. Like, this is so much, like, it's so Nazi coded that I don't believe that it's a Nazi who said it. Yep, it was Zionist. That was like so much a trick question that it did not function properly as a trick question. Yeah, conflating Zionists with all Jewish people, yeah. What's so horrifying about understanding that the entire group of people is the enemy? That could be either. I'm leaning towards Zionist. Yep. Notably, she got her government roles after this disgusting statement. Oh, after? Oh, nice. Okay, so she said that, and then they were like, "Hey, you're hired." that was on her resume, folks. Good stuff. Those are animals. They have no right to exist. I am not debating the way it will happen, but they need to be exterminated. That's so blatant. I'm gonna go with Zionist. Okay, got it. Zionism as described by Zionists. What kind of cooperation can the region expect from someone like this? Very nice. I'm 50-50. I got better as the test went on. But yeah, there you go. In case you were under the impression that Zionists and Nazis were at all different, they have some differences. Like, one of them is more about invading and the other is more about exterminating the people present in your country. So there's that, I guess. But like, other than that, yeah, I mean, they're pretty similar, all things considered. Free Palestine. For the love of God, free Palestine. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload. If you enjoy my content, you enjoy what I do, I really appreciate any financial help that I can get. Go to youtube.com/AlecGunterTTV/join. You got some awesome benefits, such as seeing early videos, awesome emotes that you can use in the comments of YouTube videos, and a sweet badge next to your name. So if that sounds interesting to you, I'd really appreciate if you join. It is cheaper than the cost of a blowjob from your mom. So with all that being said, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.